I'm Antonia. This video is going to come in two parts. Part 1, an explanation about steampunk. Part 2, a request. Part 1, Steampunk Explained. Steampunk is a visual style where people imagine what the world would look like if today's technology had existed about maybe 100 to 200 years ago. Steampunk is called steampunk because a couple hundred years ago, people thought in the future everybody would be traveling around by steam-powered flying machines. Instead, today we have airplanes, but, you know, same thing, right? Not exactly. They look totally different, and steampunk tries to look a little bit more antique than today's modern society. There are 3 ways to go from here: steampunk clothing, steampunk accessories, and steampunk techno. Part 1. Clothing. Steampunk clothing tries to combine functionality with a really neat kind of antique aesthetic. They combine Edwardian and Victorian fashion with a completely imagined fashion. It's really cool. I made this apron in the style of steampunk. As you can see, it's got lace combined with gears and this wrench right here. Steampunk is a really kind of nitty-gritty style. They like to work with rough fabrics and open gears, which is why I used gears in my apron. As you can see, I used lace in my apron. Because something that's really cool about steampunk is that it, especially for girls, is that it lets you combine a lot of really feminine aspects with a world that's really kind of nitty-gritty. Because it's nitty-gritty and kind of personalized, steampunk is a style that's mostly embraced by do-it-yourselfers. They try to stay away from plastics and other materials that try to cover things up, and instead try to expose the way things work, and concentrate on a more nitty-gritty style of doing things. This also allows for flexibility and a huge variety of different styles of steampunk. But the best way to understand steampunk is through pictures. For example, accessories. Not only do the clothes look totally different, but there's totally different accessories that people try to wear and carry around with them at all times. One of the most essential steampunk accessories are goggles. I don't have any with me right now, but here are some pictures. Other accessories that steampunkers like to use are things like telescopes, boots, and gears. Definitely gears. Hold on, let me get some. Anything that looks kind of like this, or any of these, or something like, oops, this, or this, is something that steampunkers would love to use in their work. Anything that really kind of goes with the style of nitty-gritty and do-it-yourself and exposed gears and that kind of style, if you know what I mean, can work. Like chains. It all fits. Last summer I decided to even design my own costume using steampunk accessories and clothing. This is what I came up with, just to give you some ideas. Another essential steampunk accessory is a belt. Not only do belts look really cool, but if you have 2 or 3, you can hang 3 or 4 bags off of them, not only making them practical for holding your clothes up, looking cool, but they also hold stuff. I mean, how much more practical could you get? And in a nutshell, practicality is steampunk. Steampunk technology. The last and maybe the coolest part of steampunk is steampunk technology. There are so many DIYers that I've used steampunk and the idea of steampunk to create really cool techno gadgets. Not only are there working goggles and working telescopes that have gears that move when you try to change how far away you can look, they've also created things like computers that have all the technology of today's computers but look like typewriters or really old photo frames. Here's some more examples of steampunk technology. Some people might even consider our fan, up here on the bookshelf, a steampunk gadget, because it kind of fits with the whole aura of steampunk. So, in a nutshell, that's steampunk. Clothes, accessories, and technology. Now for the second part of this video. A request. Please, Julia, I think it would be a really cool idea if you could use some of totally punk style to create a unique makeup look that's totally you. I think you have some really amazing and creative ideas, and steampunk I think would be a really cool Halloween idea. But even if you don't finish in time for Halloween and you make it later, I'm totally cool with that as long as you do it. Thanks for watching!